Eric Andre, a level 69 mage with high crit rate and 30% poison damage. Many people wonder how he gets away with the chaos of his antics. Andre wields two important weapons, those being his Jewish faith and his Haitian ancestry. Identifying as both black and Jewish, these two shields make him nearly untouchable. He has recently been using his powers to disguise himself as a low-level bard by the name of Blarf. And Andre has been trained in the ways of the musician. He graduated from both Dreyfus School of Arts and Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts, home of the infamous elven warlord Mark Wahlberg. In his new form, he has been doing both his familiar brand of street goofs and interviews.
There's an active shooter running around. We're going to let him get it out of his system.
Do it.
This next clip is from an interview where he talks about the measles.
Measles, underrated. You gotta get them. It's a wild ride. I shot up the measles vaccine.
What's going on with you? What are you talking about?
I was high as hell.
God damn, you look good. You got big dick energy.
That's not all he's been up to. He's also been working on a new album that was just released. Here's him talking about it and how it is basically unlistenable.
Buy my album. It's free. I'm promoting a free album. We're just releasing on the internet for whatever reason. It's unlistenable, too. It's fucking unlistenable. I dare you to get through like 6 minutes of my album.
As I looked at his Instagram here, I realized Eric also did a sort of ad for Twitch and Fortnite. I'll let you check that out.
Twitch!
What is it? Twitch is everything. It's also nothing.
Is it a religion?
Not yet, but we're working on it.
Here's what I know. There's a lot of people on there doing stuff together. Gamers,
Happy little critters.
chess masters, ammunition, mechanics. Juju's here doing this and some of that. And you're doing it with them. So if you enjoy things like Fortnite, live sheep farming, speed cubing, and finding other folks into said stuff,
You're already one of us.
Sort of an ad for Twitch and Fortnite, and then there's another clip here where he seems to have used his evil powers to knock down some sort of building. But that's neither here nor there. So I was reading this article here on a website called Den of Geek, and it said that they also plan to do a underwater version of the set destruction intro. The way he destroys the set on the beginning of every episode. They plan to do that underwater, but it proved to be too costly with all the crane equipment needed, the giant tank, scuba equipment. So they would have to sacrifice too many other things to do that, so they didn't do it. But an underwater set destruction would have been pretty cool. They also said in this article that they plan to do a reference to the movie Top Secret, a Val Kilmer movie, but they never got around to it. It was something that could show up in the next season. So the guy's clearly been busy this year. I mean, a lot going on. He's got a movie, an album, TV show. One of my favorite goofs he's ever done is when he interrupted Brett Gelman while giving a boring speech. Brett Gelman is a comedian that's not funny, and he seems to have been interrupted by Eric and took it very poorly. I'll play the clip here.
When the desk would get cleaned, and I'd like flip out. Yeah, no.
Eric Andre has a question.
So Morgan Freeman, like, he went to like a Thanksgiving, and his son was like, you know, Dad, I'm getting remarried. She has a daughter, blah, blah, blah. They're all at Thanksgiving. And then what was the transition like? Hey, you want to get coffee sometime? Or how do you begin to date and fuck your stepdaughter? What's step one?
So,
you were living
what
in
is the need? What is the need?
What is the need to
Yeah,
fuck a
you
stepdaughter?
need to get laughs right now while we're talking about this.
Oh no. It's gonna get fucking
You're
real.
uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable with silence.
Is that the new
You're
thing?
uncomfortable with
Is
silence.
that the new thing? Is this
You're
the new trend?
uncomfortable with silence.
Is that the new trend?
I wanted to be a
But
stranger time traveler.
why do a non sequitur while I'm talking about something about Morgan Freeman fucking his stepdaughter?
Were you? That
Why
was
do that?
That did happen earlier. It was weird.
Callback.
It was.
It was a callback. I
It was
heard
a-
it.
okay,
I
you
heard
did?
it was
Okay.
a
I
callback.
mean, how do you get there?
Here's my interpretation. I feel like it upset you. My interpretation is Eric knows we're near the end of the show and he wanted to get a laugh to bring us out.
Right.
But
I've never been scolded for trying to make a comedy show funny by another person who does comedy for a living. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening? Why am I grounded?
Well, you're sitting in Jim Gaffigan's chair, first of all. I don't know
For
what
the
fuck
closer,
your
Jim
problem
Gaffigan
is.
comes out, I put my fucking tooth on the edge of the stage and he curbs me. That's the new comedy. I thought you were done with the story.
I wasn't.
I thought he was.
I don't
done.
mind if you are funny. I think you're very funny.
Thanks.
But I was talking.
yeah, there's
Oh,
nothing
I'm
wrong
sorry.
with.
Oh,
Let's
okay,
tell the
let's continue.
story.
Please continue.
What fucked up thing happened during your childhood?
I slept in my parents' bed till I was 10 years old.
Did you really?
That's my darkest secret, yeah.
Did you really? Did he say that before he
No.
came on?
No.
No, that's real.
So obviously what happened here is Eric seen Gelman up there drowning and torturing the crowd and tried to lend him a helping hand, but Gelman didn't appreciate that too much.
I downloaded an illegal cracked version of Ableton. Recorded like every single thing I listened to over the past 10 years, and a bunch of buttons like I was playing Street Fighter. And Knowledge fucked Aphex Twin and Venetian Snares.
Sounds like a nice baby.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.